Its Federal Capital Territory Police FCT command has rescued a 25-year-old woman, Promise Eze, from a suspected armed robber and ritualist in Abuja. A manhunt has been launched for the fleeing suspect. The police public relations officer SP Josephine Ade, in a post on X on Sunday, revealed that the incident occurred at a hotel in the Wuse district on January 31st, 2025, when hotel workers alerted the police after noticing suspicious activity. Upon arrival, officers found Eze tied to a chair with her mouth covered in plaster. She was unconscious but was rushed to Wuse District Hospital, where she regained consciousness. According to the police, Eze had checked into the hotel with a man who initially introduced himself as Emmanuel Okoro from Lagos. However, during questioning, Eze revealed that she met the man online, where he went by the alias Michael Prince and claimed to be an oil company employee from Delta State. The victim explained that after declining an invitation to Delta, they arranged to meet in Abuja. What began as a meeting turned into a violent ordeal, with the suspect allegedly threatening her with a dagger, tying her up and covering her mouth with tape. He then stole her 2 mobile phones before fleeing the scene. Before leaving, the victim overheard the suspect speaking to accomplices, suggesting he would return to complete the crime. Now, the FCT PPRO added, recognizing the gravity of this heinous act, the FCT Police Command has launched a full-scale manhunt for the suspect and is working tirelessly to ensure his immediate arrest. The Commissioner of Police, FCT CP Olatunji Disu, strongly condemns this act of violence and urges residents, especially young women, to exercise caution when meeting individuals they do not know personally. The CP assures the public that the FCT Police Command remains unwavering in its commitment to ensuring the safety and security of all residents. He also calls on anyone with relevant information that could lead to the suspect's arrest to immediately contact the police. Now, you know, in the last few weeks, we had the situation with Temileyin and femicide and, you know, all of these things that's been going on. What are your thoughts when you look at that with the story?
Yeah, I believe the two stories look alike. The issue of ritualists,
right,
killing people, in this case, you know, this is a sign of kidnapping somebody. He was trying to kidnap her first, then to carry out his intention. But I think through investigation, the authorities will determine whether it was a kidnap or a ritual act, or he had the intention to engage in ritual activities, whether to kill the woman for money or for something. Now, if you take a look at the call the man was making, maybe he was trying to assure his accomplices that he would get back to maybe to kill her and harvest her organs. But you know, the story is not that clear. Right. So I believe that after investigation, they will be able to determine to know what
exactly happened. Now, you mentioned possible organ harvesting. Yes. Will you say at this time we now call there's an active? Do you think there's a? First of all, let me ask you: do you think there is an active organ harvesting scheme, as it were, going on?
We have heard stories.
We have heard stories, right? Now, why I asked you that is because I want to get your thoughts as regards. When you see a report of this magnitude online, most of the time it is the first mention is ritualist. Now, do you think we now confuse or link ritualism with human trafficking as regards to organ harvesting?
Now, we can't really say that these organ harvesters are using the organs to make money or to do anything that can generate money. Okay. But I think if they are harvesting, taking people's organs, I believe they are selling the organs. Maybe the kidneys. We know that kidneys are money. Somebody can have. People are looking for kidneys to buy for their either for their sick ones or hospitals for their patients. You know, so they may be trying to get these organs to sell somewhere. So, but the police, I think we need to commend the police for doing their job.
All right.
For making sure that people like this gets arrested and punished. But they need to step up their intelligence. We need to know the accomplices, the people working with these criminals.
Right, because I wanted to go into that just before you got here now. You know that removing of somebody's kidney, let me say there is a market, there's a syndicate, right, yes, that usually buys these kidneys and all of that, and if it was going to be used for a transplant in another person. Yes, now, it has to be well removed.
Yes.
The fact that an ordinary person, I right now cannot, I have no idea where the kidney is exactly and where to say, this is where I should cut nicely to remove it. Yes. Now, that means they have some form of medical backing as regards someone coming in the medical field that knows exactly what to pull out per time. Right? Now, what are your thoughts as regards the backing? Because when someone goes to school to do medicine, and now they come in to say they want to help someone, they want to get into the black market scheme, and people's parts, body parts get missing as regards kidney and all of these parts that are now, you know, hearts. In fact, the report about people carrying people's head, I don't know if there's a transplant now for head. Last week, there was someone caught with someone's head. You know, what are your thoughts as regards this medical personnel and these hospitals that allow for such things to happen and get this, you know, body parts illegally?
Well, I can't really say that there are hospitals that buy organs.
What I mean is, you should. The point I'm trying to come through when we say we can't really see. Yes. Do you know why? That is way circumstantial as regards. It is impossible for a non-medical personnel to implant a kidney in someone's body. You have to be skilled. You have to be learned. Else, the person that comes to you to pay to say, okay, I need a kidney, is also at risk if the person is not experienced enough for the job.
What happens is that if these people are going to sell these organs they are harvesting, it means that they might have prior knowledge of how to harvest the kidneys.
How do you get prior knowledge without the education
maybe they are coming from the medical background, or they are they themselves they have been into the business. They have been taught by somebody that's not knowledgeable about it, how to get the kidneys, how to do that. So, but I believe through intelligence, through investigation, the government, the authorities will be able to
close in on this syndicate,
find out how these people operate, what is driving them, and who is behind them.
All right.
So, when they finally do that, we'll be able to now say, this is how these people operate, and the citizens, the ordinary people will now know how to, protect themselves against these bad elements in our society.
Very well. Then now let's come back directly into the the events of the story. This lady went to see somebody she does not know, and like the CP rightly mentioned, women should be more careful as regards meeting strangers they are not familiar with. The fact that we've had recurring issues of this magnitude, several people have died visiting strangers that they do not know.
They met online.
Do you think they met online especially? Do you think that hardship plays a role in people saying, oh, let me damn the consequence because of what I'm going to gain, let me go and put themselves at risk?
The first thing that most people to get this close to people they have not really known, I think is trust. The trust, should I call it hasty trust that people have. Before you can trust somebody you have not known for a long time, you have not really known, you just met the person. You need to give the person time. You need to know the person. You need to know where he lives. You need to know his relatives, his friends, before you can trust the person like that. Now, you just met the person online. You just started traveling.
But the way you get to know people, you have to spend time with people
you need to spend time with people. But in this case, I believe maybe she wanted to increase the level of trust by visiting the man. But the opposite became the case. She did not know the man. that this man was a bad man. And she threw herself on the line. I mean, her life on the line. She used her life now. It was a risk she took. I know it's good to trust people.
Right.
But you don't trust people like that. When somebody is talking, you know the kind of person he is.
Some people can be pretentious and convincing.
Yes, but if you are sensitive enough, you will know the kind of person somebody is, even if you are knowing the person for the first time. And so the fact is that our women, I can say that these stories always involve our women, so they should be more careful of how they trust men.
Right.
Even though they believe that a woman's greatest ally is a man, but people that have been killing women nowadays are men.
Amen.
So they are the most dangerous threat they have is also men. So they need to be careful of how they trust men, how they get closer to some people.
Very well.
Until they can now say that this person is not bad. This person, I have known him or her enough for me to trust my life
with this person.
to him.
Now, one part of this story has the police saying that if you have relevant information on the person, come forward to report, and all of that. Now, do you think that there should be due diligence procedures in a hotel? Like the lady rightly said, the man was working with her with an alias, probably not his real name.
Yes.
Now, do you think that if measures are put in place in hotels, most of those things oftentimes happen in hotels. I think a few years ago there was the pandemonium of a guy that was killing women all over River State at some point. And because these things happen in hotels, and we have several means of identification in Nigeria. I mean, the means of identification are endless. You have voters card, you have NIN, you have NIN,
your phone number,
you have national ID card, you have all the phone numbers that are registered and linked to accounts. Do you think if due procedures were put in place in hotels, stuff like this will be mitigated? Someone will not be able to come in, kill somebody and walk away. And now we are searching for the man. Like, if, serious questions like drop an ID, a relevant ID as regards maybe international passport, your NIN, because of course you can't do right now, you can't do an international passport without your NIN, which makes it linked. And with NIN, you can't have an account without NIN. And with when you're even trying to fill your NIN, I think oftentimes when you're doing BVN, they'll ask for your NIN. The NIN is pretty linked to. You think that requesting for that kind of a valid ID card,
yes,
do you think it's going to help mitigate things like this happening in hotels?
Hotels should step up their security. By getting more information about the people that come in their hotels. Now, if you take a look at transportation companies, when you want to travel, they take your record, they take your details, your name, your phone number, and the phone number of your kin, your next of kin, or somebody to reach. In case of
people can easily lie on this, but it's not verifiable.
What happens is that when somebody comes in into your hotel and gives you information, you need to call the person they have given to you as their relative. Are you this so person? Where do you live?
Where's then the security as regards people that are trying to run away from?
Now, if you are trying to run away from your family, you have friends. You can't be running away from your friends and family at the same time.
Sometimes people are running away from existence.
Good. Now, if somebody is running away from family, from friends, you know that something is wrong. The person must have committed a crime.
No.
Are you getting it? Now,
do you think that happens all the time?
That's my own opinion. And if you get the details of these people, you'll be able to. I know that in any circumstance, nothing is certain. Nothing is 100% certain.
Right.
But at least you need to do your own part to protect yourself, to protect your business. You need to get the information you need to track these people, even when they leave your hotel. Like, I remember when I lodged in Enugu, I had to video the place. I had to come outside and video the place and send to my relatives. I sent to my sister, I sent to my wife, then my friend. I guess it. So because if anything happens, they needed to know if anything happened that time. They needed to know
exactly
where I was or where I lodged.
Right.
But some people don't care. They believe they are trying. If they give out that kind of information, they are trying to, be too open. Unless you are hiding something. If I'm traveling now, anywhere I find myself, I start making calls. I remember when we went for service. Immediately they posted us to our primary assignments.
Right.
They were taking us inside Zaria, Kudan local government. One of us there, we graduated from the same department, from the same university at IMSU. Right. I saw her, she started making a call, calling her uncle.
So you feel that, with this, you feel that people should
people
hold
should
themselves more accountable and open to their families?
Yes, people should be open. It's security.
Right.
It has to do with your life.
Thank you very much.